pretty much been trying to figure out why I hate myself, and then I realized I am not the problem. I have recently realized that I have been viewing myself through a socialized version of womanhood. When you fall over and you're a boy and you're a child, your parents like brush you off and literally kick you back out there to start playing again. When you hurt yourself playing as a girl, you get nursed and you're cared for, and you're also warned about the effect that permanent scars can have on your appearance. You have to start thinking about your appearance, and your beauty is spoken about as if it is a necessity, as if it adds value. When you add blackness to the layer of beauty, as a darker skinned child, as a person who fails the brown paper bag test, you're already going to be one pace behind, because
who is the fairest?
Skin white as snow.
What happened to my hair? Normally it's straight. What is that?
the most common thing you're going to be called as a black woman is angry. The most common thing you're going to be called as a black woman is aggressive. And when people make fun of the features of black women, they do it by relating their appearance to men.
G.i.jane 2, can't wait to see it.
The mistreatment that I received as a result of sexism left me angry at any man. So between being treated badly by men, not wanting to look like them, and not wanting to have character traits like them, I became a bit anti-male. It was giving misandry. I used to be a pitchfork burning liberal.
Yes.
But I've come a long way. I've always recognized that socially we attribute masculinity to men and femininity to women, and I've never felt like that's been fair because they are personality traits and not genitalia. So rather than allowing someone organic self-exploration, we punish people for stepping outside of the binary that was assigned to them long before they were born. I was smart enough to grow up being aware of that, and yet still dumb enough to not be aware of how much it's been affecting me until now. So I'm about to wash my hair, and it's kind of just occurring to me that this is the last time that I'm gonna wash this version of my hair, at least. It might not seem like a big deal to people, but when it was time for my sister and I to get our hair washed, it ended up being like a family play time. And my mum did a really good job of raising us to love our natural hair. Both my parents did really well in that department because it worked. I'm also realizing another reason why I leaned into femininity, and it was because it was genuinely seen as a less than. I held onto it at times that I didn't want to because I was rebelling against sexism. I was rebelling against people who would see someone being bubbly with flowers in their hair and presume that they weren't strong-willed. My form of protest was existing proudly as both. Circling back to the black side of things, I have been treated like absolute crap in certain social scenarios. I'm not gonna call anyone out because you know who you are. I'm not gonna defend anyone, but I grew up in a really small town. The first time someone called me the N-word, I was a child. And so I understood at a really young age that people didn't want to protect me. But I saw that people wanted to protect little white girls, and so my brain did the math. Even though people saw feminine women as weak, it still qualified them for protection. And so that made me heavily lean into my femininity. But anyway, that. Look how much there is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I recognize that male expression is so restricted. And as a very passionate person, I always felt sorry for you lot, to be honest. Like, you guys really don't kiss your friends, and it's sad. I am a highly expressive person, but I have still been restricting myself emotionally and physically because I was staying in my lanes, so to speak. There are just certain things that you cannot get away with when you wear these outer layers, and I learnt that the hard way time and time again. But in the present, I have experienced way too much good to still be living my life in relation to the bad. Living out of fear is a trauma response, and I am not experiencing trauma in the present. I am surrounded by my chosen family, and when I'm with them, I really feel like I am a being. I am not my outer layers. I am who I am as a person. And it's helped me realize that that person is not a woman. or a man, or anything in between. And that person is a woman, and is a man, and is everything in between. I am gender fluid, meaning that I identify with all of the genders and also none of them at the same time. My pronouns are she, he, they.
Slay!
I think there's a little work to be done, but I think I like it.